Headline: Nigel Farage aide George Cottrell bets U.S. war will last 4 more months. Published at 6:55 p.m., March 10, 2026. Nigel Farage aide George Cottrell is betting $41,000 that the U.S. war with Iran will last for another 4 months, despite Reform UK calling for an end to the conflict. When Israel and the U.S. attacked Iran in February, Farage criticized UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer for not allowing the U.S. access to its military bases. Reform maintained its position that the U.S.-led war should be backed by the UK before the party U-turned this week. Indeed, Reform politician Robert Jenrick called for the war to end as soon as possible because of its potential negative impact on the UK economy. Farage added today that the UK should stay out of the war, but only because of perceived shortcomings in the country's defensive capabilities following a drone attack in Cyprus. However, despite this change in direction from the party, Cottrell was betting between March 7th and 9th that a ceasefire between the U.S. and Iran wouldn't happen before June 30th, 2026. Crypto investigator Zach XBT claimed with high confidence that Cottrell is the owner of the account Cottrell93. Read more. Reform UK insider George Cottrell tied to Trump Polymarket bets worth millions. The Polymarket bet stands to win $123,000 if the U.S. keeps up its war against Iran for another 4 months. The bet's market, however, doesn't seem to agree, and his wager faces a current unrealized loss of -$6,240. Nigel Farage says Cottrell is like a son to me. Cottrell, who has reportedly been Farage's right-hand man for years, was convicted of wire fraud in March 2017 after he was caught agreeing to launder drug trafficking proceeds. The financier lived in Montenegro, where he was accused of illegal political financing and was investigated over a crypto ATM's usage. An avid gambler, he reportedly lost 20 million euros, $23 million, in a single poker game while in the country. However, Cottrell's recent Polymarket bets, including on Starmer's departure, U.S. strikes against Iran, and the vote share of New York's newly elected mayor, Zohran Mamdani, have lost over $800,000. Read more. Nigel Farage milkshaked while touring with shady crypto ally. Despite this, his losses pale in comparison to his previous $13.2 million win on Donald Trump's election in 2024. Crypto billionaire funded Farage's Trump lobbying efforts. Cottrell is just one strand in Farage's web of crypto connections, which now includes the UK's former Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng and his Bitcoin holdings firm, in which Farage just invested £215,000, $289,000. One of Reform's biggest backers is Tether shareholder Christopher Harborne. Last week, he took his donations to Farage's Reform UK to over £22 million, $29.6 million. The Guardian has also linked Harborne to a private jet that was used to fly Farage to the Chagos Islands in late February. Read more. Tether shareholder was Boris Johnson's advisor in Ukraine, report. The trip was meant to reinforce Reform's position against the UK government's deal to transfer sovereignty of the island to Mauritius, while continuing to lease a military base there for another 99 years. Farage was flown to the Maldives but failed to reach the Chagos Islands after the UK military turned him away. He then attempted to talk with Trump about the deal at his Mar-a-Lago mansion last week. However, the two never actually met. Beyond Harborne's investments in Tether, he's also the largest shareholder of military firm ConnectQ. ConnectQ's U.S. arm has secured multiple U.S. Army contracts over the last year. It was awarded part of a $4 billion contract for military surveillance systems. given $41 million to develop counter-drone technology, and contracted to develop new target acquisition systems. The firm also secured million-pound contracts from the UK under Boris Johnson's government. Despite the contracts, earlier this year, Reuters reported that the firm is restructuring its U.S. division due to operational and profitability challenges stemming from geopolitical uncertainty and shifting procurement cycles. Got a tip? Send us an email securely via Protos Leaks. For more informed news and investigations, follow us on X, Blue Sky, and Google News. Or subscribe to our YouTube channel.